Before the rise of golden boys like Ryan Giggs and David Beckham, before the glitz and the glamour of the Premier League became a global spectacle, there was a boy named Lee Sharpe from Turkey who caught the eye of Manchester United scouts, a £200,000 youth prodigy who seemed destined for greatness. At just 17, he became the record signing for a youth player, and in November 1990, the world saw what Sharpe could do. In the Rumbelows Cup, now known as the Carabao Cup, he tore through Arsenal's defense with his electric pace and fearless dribbling, scoring a hat-trick before the match ended, celebrating each goal with a celebration that he made popular, the Sharpe Shuffle. The Manchester United fans started calling him the new George Best. Sharpe's contribution wasn't just in scoring goals. He created goal-scoring opportunities for his teammates, entertained the Manchester United fans with his skills. By the end of the 1990-91 season, he had firmly established himself as one of Ferguson's trusted players, earning the PFA Player of the Year award. And for a fleeting moment, it seemed nothing could stop him, but behind the dazzling footwork, another side of Sharpe was growing. He became addicted to the nightlife, the parties, the thrill of being young and famous. Alex Ferguson, one of the toughest managers in the Premier League history, could not comprehend this 1990s metrosexual lifestyle. It wasn't compatible with the relentless training, focus, and sacrifice that he demanded from his players. One night, Sir Alex Ferguson received the tip-off that another late-night party was happening at Lee Sharpe's house. When the Manchester United manager arrived, the party ended instantly. He kicked everyone out of the house. Only Lee Sharpe and Ryan Giggs remained. Ferguson unleashed what Sharpe later described as the hairdryer of our lives. A furious, relentless dressing down, shouting, rage, disappointment, and warnings about what would happen if they didn't change. Ryan Giggs took the message, fixed his lifestyle, focused on football, and went on to become one of the greatest players in Premier League history. But Sharpe did not listen. He would later admit in his biography that these confrontations affected him more than he realized. Confidence, that fragile core of a young player's psyche, began to waver, and while Ryan Giggs and later David Beckham rose, Sharpe found himself slipping, not because he lacked talent, but because he allowed distractions to dominate his life. Injuries compounded this problem. Sharpe suffered a groin injury, then viral meningitis, which disrupted his already failing career. Each setback allowed other stars to overtake him, leaving Sharpe struggling to reclaim his place. And while he showed some flashes of brilliance, like the backheel goal against Barcelona in the Champions League, these moments were brief, fleeting reminders of what might have been. In 1996, a £4.5 million move to Leeds United promised a fresh start, but fortune was never kind. Managerial changes and unfortunate cruciate ligament tear kept him from establishing himself. Even a loan spell to Sampdoria in Serie A couldn't reignite his career. By the time he helped Bradford City secure promotion in 1999, the spark that once defined him had faded. He had become a cautionary tale, a brilliant talent eclipsed by circumstance and personal choices. By the time he drifted to Grindavik in Iceland, his love for the game had faltered. A 4-month season, rules against drinking, was just too much for him. He left early and returned to England. He spent the final years of his career playing for Gatford Town, made some minor media appearances, then slowly faded from professional football. He retired at 32, a shadow of the prodigy who once mesmerized Old Trafford.